Hey everyone, welcome back to Shop Life. Behind me we have my daily wagon. It's an E46 325i sedan. It's a sport wagon. It used to be a 325i. We actually did a 330 swap on it about almost 2 years ago. We've had the wagon for about 2 years as well, and we did keep it in automatic because this is our only automatic car. But turns out it didn't want to stay automatic, but we're still gonna go against its wishes and we're gonna swap in another automatic transmission. You guys don't know what we're talking about, but what happened was about 2 weeks from today exactly, we were on the freeway on the 710 if you're familiar with the area, and we were going down and someone provoked me in their brand new Toyota Corolla, and I couldn't help myself, so I stomped on the gas, and as soon as I downshifted, it made a little bit of a clunk, but it went. We beat the Toyota, no problem, and we were on our way to Big Bear. We made it another 2 miles, and all of a sudden, I just see a bunch of smoke coming out the back. Turns out the front pump seal on the transmission let go and just spewed out all the fluid. So chances are the torque converter is just fused onto the input shaft of the transmission. But we'll find all that out once we jack it up and pull the whole transmission off. One of the main reasons this actually happens is because of the pressure regulator that's in the ZF automatics on the E46. That's not to say if you do the upgraded pressure regulator made by Sonax, it can still happen, but chances are it will reduce it quite a bit. So we're gonna probably go ahead and put one of those Sonax kits on the new transmission that we're putting in, which we had laying around, but there's a few issues on that as well, which we'll cover in a little bit. But let me just show you guys around the wagon and show you the mess that we made once all that fluid just pretty much poured out on the freeway. So it might be hard to see on camera actually, but the whole back is covered with ATF.
Here, I'll show him. Look at this.
Oh, you see, like, and the black stuff, I mean, that's part of it from being dirty too. But you can see how it's smearing on the glass. So when it's smearing, that's just the ATF mixing in. But yeah, it's also underneath the car. The full car is just coated. I actually already pulled off the under tray, and you can see, like, there's ATF everywhere. It's all over the exhaust, all over underneath the car. Just a mess. Now here is a transmission that's going in. So this transmission was actually already in the truck to go to the scrapyard, mainly because the input shaft, some of the spleens, I don't know how to say that word, but the splines on the input shaft, some of them were a little bit janky because of a failed installation, I'm assuming. And it was still working, but I just wouldn't trust selling this to anybody or using it on anybody else's car, which is why I was gonna just scrap the whole transmission anyways. But for the wagon, it's our car. We're never selling the wagon. And if it goes, we're not really too worried about it. We just need this transmission in it. I didn't want to spend any money on another one. If I had to spend money, I definitely would have went with a manual swap. So I just don't want to spend any more money on the wagon just because we have a lot of other projects going on, which we haven't shown the channel yet, but we will be very, very soon. We've got some projects that you guys would have never expected us to work on. And then we've got some projects that it was just a matter of time before we start working on. You want to give them a quick glimpse in the parking lot?
No.
Just give them a quick, just give them a quick glimpse, just like quickly.
Focus on what you're doing.
Okay, all right, there you go. Y'all got the quick glimpse. If anybody can guess what it is down below, just go ahead and comment down below. But like I said, if I did have to spend money to fix this issue so we can drive it again, I would have definitely went with the manual swap, because I know even though that we're gonna be swapping in this automatic, it's just a matter of time before it blows again. So next time, maybe we'll do the whole 6-speed swap from the M3. We already have the whole M3 rear end just sitting over there, waiting its turn to go in the wagon. But enough talking, let's get to work. So all of the fluid pretty much leaked out from this bell housing area, because the front seal, it just pretty much let go, and as a result, all that fluid just came rushing out from the transmission onto the torque converter right between it, and just coated everything, just poured out. And from there, it just went all the way back. Everything is covered. I'm surprised the frame rails and all that didn't get too much on it, but the whole exhaust did. And this actually gives us an excuse to change out this exhaust. So we did the 330 swap, but it still has the 325 exhaust on here. We also have the stainless steel headers, the China headers pretty much, the replicas of Super Sprint ones. And we're just gonna put the whole 330 exhaust on it while this is off. And we'll also do like the flex joint, the center support bearing, you know, just do all the maintenance while we're at it. Funny thing is, we were gonna take this car to North Carolina pretty soon. We were gonna drive it because we've got our helpers in town, my fiance's siblings, and they're about to go back to school. So we were gonna take this car when we went to North Carolina, but now we're not gonna be doing that. And I was gonna do the whole fluid filter for the transmission, all of that right before this transmission went out. So I guess I saved a little bit of money there, but now we're just gonna do all this work and pull everything off. You know, we should probably first drain the transmission. Oh wait, it already drained out on the freeway.
Ow! You thought you were funny.
That's not funny.
Caro, that is hilarious.
Don't record me.
All of my viewers are laughing their butts off right now.
Y'all lame.
That's punny, Caro, that's punny.
That's lame.
Okay, maybe that's not punny because that's not a pun. Is it a pun? No, it's not.
Oh god.
Oh my god, cringy.
Y'all cringy.
Y'all cringe. We're not goofy enough, Caro, that's why we're not funny? Huh? We're not goofy?
Nope.
You want us to be goofy? Isn't that like a Disney character, Goofy?
Is he Disney?
Aw,
No.
damn it. I broke the screw.
What?
I broke the bolt.
Oh, he's rusted on there?
Oh, no, I didn't. I felt like I did. It's not rusted. Remember, we did these headers every summer. We're always working on the wagon, right? Right around this time. Because last summer, right before North Carolina, we did all this work, remember? And then the car turned off on us on the freeway in the middle of nowhere on the way to North Carolina. And then this summer, on the way to Big Bear, the transmission decides to go. So what's going to happen next summer? How about we don't find out, right?
Engine swap.
Another one? Jeremy, gotta lift yours up a little bit. There we go. Right, gotta come down. You come down, get out of your hair. Take it out over there. You got it?
Yeah, I don't want to hit the wheel.
Alright. Put it down right there, it's fine.
Put it down.
Good job. Alright. Alright, Caro, now what I want you to do is get a toothbrush and some cleaner and start cleaning all of this. It's gotta be white like the car.
Stop.
No, I'm not thinking, I'm telling. Right, babe? No?
No.
Why? It's our daily, it should be spotless. I know, probably spotless. All right, we've got 3 more bolts left, and then we can hook up the transmission jack and separate the two. I have a feeling it's gonna be a lot harder than that though, because that torque converter is stuck. We'll see what happens when we start pulling everything off though. I'll take that back, there's 3 bolts left.
Okay.
All right, last bolt.
Good.
You only said that.
No.
You only said that like 3 times.
No, this is the last one. I think. Again. There. Huh?
We have a new one.
Yeah. Wow. All right, it actually came out a lot easier than I thought. Let's see if it comes out all the way though. So you guys started something?
That thing didn't come out with it.
What do you mean?
Or out. Oh, never mind.
The torque converter?
I think shit. Is this it right here?
How are you going?
No, that stays on the car.
Bam! Shazam! That literally took him like 30 minutes to take out.
Right.
Lies.
It took about an hour.
No, I'm serious. I saw it was 9 o'clock. I'm talking about from, no.
When we started, it was dark. It was about to get dark. Or it was already dark. There's a small little black rubber piece that just fell. I'm gonna put it on there first. One, two, three. No, it won't. It'll hang off of it. One, two.
Hold on, put it down, put it down.
One, two, three. Good. Hold it. So when you put it in, remember this. Lift up a little bit. No, it's not.
While struggling, you're trying to help.
But
The new one's on. It was a struggle, but it's on.
It's on. Man, it took all 4 of us. Usually I do it myself.
Oh yeah.
I do,
right.
with the engine hoist.
Look at my hands.
But this took like half the time.
it ripped my glove.
All these.
Now just gotta get this lined up. And then new one goes on. All right, transmission's ready to go back in. All right, transmission's in. Now I'm just gonna pull the bolts in and then get it lifted back up. All right, so I'm just flushing out the whole heat exchanger just in case if any material got stuck in there from while we were on the freeway and all the fluid came out. More than likely nothing did, but I'm just flushing it out anyways just to be on the safe side. Ooh. Alright, so we finally got mostly everything buttoned up except for the exhaust, and we have to refill the fluid. I changed out the filter, the pan gasket, put the drive shaft with the new flex joint, new center support bearing, put this cover on. So now we're just about to put this 330 exhaust I had laying around. We don't want to really, you know, do too much exhaust modifications. We've got the headers, but this is our daily, so we don't want it too loud. And we also take it across the country all the time. So, you know, it'll get really annoying if it was just droning the whole time. So let's just put it up and see how it sounds after we fill it up. Go up. Lift just this side up. This side up. Yeah. More. All right, exhaust is up. I've also filled up the transmission with about 3.5 quarts of fluid. Now we just have to turn the car on and fill it up the rest of the way while it's on. So let's bring it down, and I'm actually kind of excited to see how this exhaust sounds since it does have the whole 330 muffler and all that. So let's just see how everything goes. All right, babe, can you grab the keys?
No.
I'm doing something.
Got them. Can you see the keys? It's got 2 BMW keys on it.
Is hanging up?
No, maybe.
Turn it all the way on?
All the way on and then put it through each gear. Put the e-brake up.
Ready?
Yeah. Why is it firing so bad? How much gas is in it? Give it a little bit of gas. Don't rev it. Gear.
Bye, Selena. Selena. Pop again. Say cheese.
All right, so we've got all the fluid filled up, made sure all of the actual filling temperature and all that was good. It's got the proper level in it. We even went through all the gears. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring the car down and test drive it. Hopefully it doesn't break this time. We might actually even take it to the mountains again, the same exact way we were going when it initially broke, and we'll see what happens. But we'll keep you guys updated as soon as, you know, we've driven the car around and know what's going on. Oh, this sounds deeper. It's moving.
It's moving again.
2 weeks later. 1 day of working on it though.
Different. It sounds so different. It sounds weird. What?
It sounds a little weird, but it shifts pretty smooth. We gotta warm it up all the way and then we'll see how it does. Let's take it for lunch. Let's go somewhere for lunch.
Lunch at 3 o'clock.
Yes.